What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hurt Business Podcast. As always, I'm one half of the host, the Big Hurt Ferris Sharari. I'm joined today by my co-host, Mister.
Real bad man.
Thank you for joining us today. If you're interested in buying some shirts, they're available at the hbpshop.com. Follow us on the socials. Just want to get that out there before we jump into last weekend's fights. Tai Tuivasa, unfortunately, took an L against Marcin Tybura in the main event of the UFC. I was extremely saddened by the result. We'll get into that to start. Bryan battles co-main and an insane, a funny ass ending that I cannot wait to talk about. And then, of course, this weekend's cards with Rose Namajunas and Amanda Ribas headlining. My boy Josh, you know
go ahead, man. It's just you, man.
You know how much I love Tai Tuivasa, man.
You don't even have his shirt on today. That's how saddened you are by this result.
Yeah, it's in the wash, I believe, but
you know where it should be.
Where should it be?
A little Dembski out there.
Nah, man, it's right where it need to be. It need to be clean because I was wearing it all weekend. It's soaking wet from all my tears. Yeah, it was. I think you said it in last show. You mentioned Marcin Tybura's route to victory being taking Tai Tuivasa down, holding him down, searching for offense on the ground, and that's exactly what he did. And a clear-cut game plan. It was obvious that Ty's strongest suit is on the feet, standing and banging. He's trying to bait you into a war on the feet, and for a second, it felt like Marcin fell into that trap, and he stood on the feet, and he got clipped. I think it was like the first real exchange. He was already cut on his forehead, but yeah, he just withstood what Ty had to offer. He shot a takedown. Ty did a good job of getting his hips out of there, defending. But then a few minutes later, Marcin shot it again. It landed, and it was just over from there. It felt like Ty had nothing. He just could not get up. He had no defense moves or counters, or he didn't. Not that I have any clue, but it felt like he didn't even have an idea how to get back to his feet in that situation. Yeah, and that's all. It's like that was the toughest part for me, seeing that top 10 heavyweight and top 10 fighter in any weight division. You just completely clueless in a very important facet in the game. Is a little alarming, and hopefully Ty took a lesson out of this fight and he makes a big return, because he remains one of my favorites, man. I can't lie. I'm gonna have a picture up behind me of Tai Tuivasa. It'll probably cover up most of this wall behind me in a few days. But congrats to Tybura for getting a big dub, man. It was an impressive victory in a fight that we all were counting him out of. So congrats to him. But thank you for letting me get that off my chest. What did you think of the fight?
Yeah, Ty's done, man.
What the fuck?
He's not even a top 10 fighter anymore after this. The rankings have proven that as well. He's not even in the top 10 anymore. It's crazy to think that he was a top 5 fighter 2 years ago, quite literally by rankings. And he's beaten guys who shouldn't have been in the top 5 as well, including Derek Lewis. It's just insane. It's really insane. And the study needs to be, the fall off needs to be studied, man. This was an incredible loss for him. You said it yourself. The guy looked defenseless, and yes, we're not in the cage. We're not fighting these guys. But I think we've watched mixed martial arts long enough to know that you don't push somebody's arm towards the bottom of your neck when you're getting rear naked choked. I think I've watched mixed martial arts enough to know that you push the arm up. I think this was.
You can't breathe through a rear naked choke. Just breathing is you're just gonna go out, brother. You're not gonna
naturally. You're gonna go up, right? Yeah. But Tai Tuivasa goes down, man, on the rear naked choke. So the fact that he couldn't even figure out how to defend one of the most basic submissions in all of mixed martial arts in grappling, that says a lot for itself. This man needs a lot of time off to work on the grappling because he's gone in these past 4 fights and the other previous 5 as bar fights. Like he's going out there thinking these guys are going to slug with him, and it's just not the case, man. It has not been the case, and this was a really, really bad one, man. I really have no words to say for this guy, considering he was a top 5 fighter at one point. This is bad. This is a really bad loss, and like you said, hopefully he takes it well and he learns from it, and he gets in there and he works on the number one game that he has clearly struggled in, and he makes something out of it because that was bad. That was really an easy night for Marcin, and it shouldn't have been, right?
Once he got him down, it was an easy night.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been that easy. Is what I mean. Like this is a top 5 heavyweight, but it just goes to show you that one element of your game it can completely knock you out of the rankings just like that.
Yeah.
Like you need to be very well versed in that cage, and Ty just doesn't have that, unfortunately. But I would give him some stock. Like he's put on exciting fights. He's a great entertainer, and he's had a good run with that. But once you start weeding out these heavyweights, man, the rankings start to correct themselves, man. And that's exactly what happened here. Marcin clearly showed him, hey, man, I don't even have to stand and fight with you. I can take you down, and I can make this an easy night for myself. And that should never be the case. Like, that should never be the case with 2 high-caliber fighters where one just takes him down and completely dismantles him that way. It shouldn't be that way. It should be a very fair fight, and this wasn't fair at all. Yeah, like I said, I think he needs to take some time off. He's not even a ranked fighter anymore. That's tough, man.
Wait.
Not even in the top 10 is what I should say.
Yeah.
Which is like, come on, like you're not even in the top 10. That's, oh man. Back to fight journeymen, and you know how these heavyweight journeymen are, man. It's a scary game, man. You can get knocked out by anybody in this division, so it's a tough position for him to be in. But I see no reason why he can't take some time off and work on the grappling.
100%.
And hopefully make something out of it, right? So.
Yeah, I agree.
Tough loss, though, man. That was a very sad one to watch, man.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. There was nothing darker for me on Saturday night than opening up Twitter after this fight. And first tweet I see was Tuivasa versus JD and bare knuckle boxing is going to be fun.
Oh, my God.
Bro, I like that shit.
That's so disrespectful.
Heartbroken, man. Like this guy, like you said, I really hope he takes time away and he develops that element of his game because I really want to see Ty succeed. I think he could be a household name if he just develops that aspect of his game.
And nothing to take away from Marcin Tybura. It was an incredible win for him. He's on and up now. I mean, he defeated the number 10 guy, or the number 9 guy is the number 10. So that was great for him. And I want to see him fight Jonathan Almeida next. I think that'd be a great fight. I think stylistically it's a good fight between those two. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see a heavy hitter fight Marcin Tybura again. And I want to see how he's able to deal with that kind of, adversity.
Yeah,
these heavyweights.
Almeida's a fun one because he has that grappling advantage too, so he can
they can shake some shit up in there, and I think that'll be an exciting fight. That's what Marcin needs, man. He needs exciting fighters, because that's all he's doing to these guys is taking them down, submitting them. He needs a guy that can really put the pace on him. And I, by all means, did not think it would have been Tai Tuivasa, but then again, I went with Tai Tuivasa for the win anyway. I thought he would knock him out, but silly me.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody we both chose to win, and their fight ending a little bit underwhelmingly, Bryan battle versus Ainge Lusa ended in a no contest.
What a strange fight.
Could not continue.
What a strange fight, man. I mean, just kind of thinking like towards the end of the fight, it was, I know I have a lot to say about it, but we all know watching this fight, Bryan Battle was the more superior fighter.
Yeah.
He was beating him to the punch. He was landing very creative strikes. He had a knee in there that was really, really, really nice. The way he put that knee out. And overall, every aspect of the fight, it was a Bryan Battle success. Like very good fight. And towards the end, we just and Lusa was also landing some good shots as well. Definitely some back and forth there for a couple moments throughout the fight. He had some moments, but towards the end, bro, like Bryan Battle, he dumps a finger in there. We can't ignore the fact that he didn't dump a finger in there, right?
Yeah, he did.
He poked the eye a little bit, and Lusa he took as much time as he needed. The doctor was like, can you see, blah blah. It's nice having that the smaller cage. You can actually hear every interaction, so it was nice to like kind of hear that going down. It was the doctor was like, all right, can you see? He was like, yeah, I'm a little blurry. Give me a little bit of time, just kind of like weeding it out. He had the full 5. He had the full 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he took the stinky way out of that, man.
Yeah. Or like he said the set of words that you are absolutely not supposed to say in that situation with the doctor and ref staring into your soul. And that is, I can't see.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's not what you're supposed to say in that situation. That's what they hear, and they're like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, that was it. But he took the stinky way out, and the reason I'm saying that, and the reason I'm only saying that is because at the end of the fight, this dude tried to scrap with him. Like you're telling me you couldn't see, but you're trying to fight the guy after you just called out of the fight?
Yeah. Yeah.
You took the stinky way out. You took the stinky boy way out, and I don't respect him for that. That was disgusting, bro. You tried to fight the dude after. So now you can see, huh?
Yeah, and
crazy, man.
You made a point about it being in the Apex, and I didn't appreciate that part until you said it. If it was in front of 20,000 people, there's no chance we heard all those interactions as clearly as we did. Because while you're watching the broadcast, after they announced no contest, the referee walks away.
You can't hear anything.
But like you hear Bryan like clearly call Ainge, go, "You're a pussy. You're a pussy." You clearly hear him, and then Ainge gets upset, and then as you said, like he was ready to fight in that moment. And for me, my favorite part of probably that entire card, top to bottom, was Bryan Battle's post-fight speech. And I'm glad they gave him the mic in that situation because he really got on that shit and said, bullshit. Fucking pussy bitch mother, like just swear on top of swear on top of swear, back to back to back, no breath, no other word in between to cleanly put them together, just cuss words.
That was an interesting exchange.
Awesome, bro. It was awesome. And then Bryan pointed that point, like he pointed out that point you just made about him wanting to fight after he just said he's done fighting or he couldn't.
I thought you couldn't see it. So at first, So at first I was giving him some stock. I was watching. I was like, oh damn, that was a bad eye poke. Maybe he can't see. Whatever. Take the full 5. But then he didn't even take the full 5. So I'm like, you copped out before the full 5. And then you wanted to fight the guy after the bell. Nah, man. Nah, that was some bullshit, man. But congrats to Bryan Battle, honestly, man, because this was a fight that a lot of people, I feel like, would have skipped over. Who cares? Yeah, Bryan Battle. Don't know this guy. Don't know Lusa. People watching for Tuivasa and Marcin Tybura for the most part, right? Now this guy put himself in a good position. It's that was a great way to end that fight. He put a good interview out to sell himself for the next fight. That was perfect. I thought he won in the end. There's no contest. It sucks, but he got something good out of that. So
100%. He had like the biggest moment of the night. The video that did most numbers was his post-fight interview of that whole night. So yeah, it was a good promo. I bet if he went on to win that fight UD, like this,
it would have been very different.
Yeah, 100%. It wouldn't have been as fun as this was. So like, yeah, it was a weird ending. It was a great performance. Now it's a no contest on his record. That kind of sucks after he was really dominating that fight.
Yeah, he was beating the guy.
Yeah.
2 rounds.
Yeah, but yeah, it sets Bryan
Yeah,
up, man. I'm excited to see him like kind of break into the top 15, perhaps. Maybe like somebody really close to the rankings would be nice.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's. I mean, he could even fight Lusa again. I know he said on Twitter he'd fight him again.
yeah.
Um,
And his post
he
fight.
also said it in the post fight. Yeah, he was like, "I'll fight him again. Fuck it."
Yeah. I
So
mean,
I
now
like
they
that.
kind of got a beef. So now it's a little bit more exciting. Maybe next time do it in front of an arena, in front of some people.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's some incentive there as well. So yeah, I thought it was perfect, man, because that could have been a unanimous decision, and like you said, nobody would have cared. And now he had a viral clip, so now he's set himself up well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some new followers, some new supporters. That's what you got to do, right? You gotta make it a showman. You got to have some showmanship as well in there, right? It's the entertainment business.
It is. And it's the hurt business.
So
Speaking of her business, man, this weekend Rose Namajunas taking on Amanda Ribas, and an interesting main event. I was a little bit surprised to see Rose Namajunas taking a Apex fight. She is
oh,
clearly a fan favorite. She could be co-main today on any pay-per-view card. Like you see this 301 card, Rose can almost be headlining if you put her against a Brazilian. You put this
she's
fight could headline over nah, that's crazy, my bad. But like point is I was
300. 300.
yeah, that's what I meant. Point
301
is
crazy. 301's good where it is.
301 is a horrible card. Did you see it?
Nah, that's a great card, man.
Ah, sarcasm's real. All right, anyways, yeah, I was very surprised to see Rose take a fight at the Apex. It's going to be interesting to see the corner work. She's fighting a savage in Amanda Ribas. Like that girl is a gangster. She's tough as nails and brings it every time.
Mhm.
Tough to take out. A 5-rounder. Real bad man. Break this fight down for us.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great card. It's a great main event. Um, Ribas is great, man. She definitely is deserving of a fight of this caliber. Rose Namajunas is a legend in this sport. A true veteran. Out of respect for her, a lot of people are saying like, yeah, she's doing Apex events now. Like she's had a pretty tough loss. I mean, it was a pretty tough loss against the Spars, I will say, but I don't lose. I don't lose any stock in Rose. After losing a fight like that, it was a tough fight. I'm not gonna completely count her out. But Amanda Ribas is tough, man. She's a tough fighter, a great striker. These are two strikers going at it. Amanda's or not Amanda Rose is a little bit more well rounded than Amanda Ribas. But the thing about Amanda Ribas, man, and I can never ever get past it, man, is that chin of hers, man. Her chin is the most inconsistent chin that I think I've seen in all of mixed martial arts. I'm gonna be honest. I think she's got one of the most inconsistent chins, definitely the most inconsistent chin in women's MMA by far. I mean, she was that fight with Verna. That was like, bro, are you serious? Like Verna's not even like known for the power, and you get knocked off your socks against her. Like that's bad. Um, but two great fighters nonetheless, man. But we know Rose got that power in her, man. So it's kind of hard for me to go against Rose in a fight like this. But it's two very skilled fighters, maybe not equal in a sense, but two very, very, very skilled fighters, man. And it's a tough one to go into, right? Because we know that both of these are very dangerous, uh, grappling wise. Rose has proven to be dangerous, and Ribas is very dangerous as well. Um, it's a tough fight to go. She's not like some prolific grappler. I'm not going to build her up as that, but she's shown her moments and she shined in a few of them. But yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's a really tough one, man. It's really tough because this can go either way, man. Like I look at Ribas' opponents, man. Like she beat Barber,
Mm.
Marina Rodriguez. Like these are dangerous people, man. And so, and then Rose is just a veteran, man. It's so tough, man. It's so tough.
Former world
Rose,
champion.
but we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that today. But my last point is Rose did put that loss on Manion Fiora. Man, that's the girl I've been talking about, man.
You love her.
She is probably my favorite striker right now in women's MMA. I love her striking, man. She's phenomenal. And Rose put that loss on that record. But man, I don't know who to go with this one, man. This is really tough. But looking at these odds,
Yeah.
it's not in Amanda Ribas' favor.
Yeah.
Respectfully, right? The glass chin, Rose is pretty much known for good power in this, which is very rare in women's MMA. She's got great power. Do I think she's going to knock her out? No. But I do think that the power difference will make an impact on the result in this card, or the result in this fight, I should say, especially in a 5-round fight. It's going to be tough. I'm curious to see how Ribas is going to react to the punches. Maybe she won't get knocked out, but maybe that makes her a little bit more reluctant to throw punches, so you never know what could happen in this. But in a 5-round fight, I have to go Rose here. I just can't. She's had way more experience in these 5-rounders. She's beaten more dangerous fighters than Ribas. I can't just put Ribas stock into Barber and Marina Rodriguez, who are phenomenal fighters, but I just can't put enough stock in the opponents that Rose has fought, the caliber of fighters that Rose has come up against. So I'm going Rose, minus 200. No, there's nothing here for me.
No value.
That's zero value in this.
You think she gets a finish, goes 5-5?
That's the thing, man. A finish. Let me see. A finish is plus 500. There's some stock in that, but is she gonna finish Ribas? It's iffy, man. It's iffy. The power on Rose is iffy, but when she gets going, she can put any of these girls out. And this is the one girl to put out. She's got the worst chin I've seen ever. So
come on, man.
Her chin is bad, man. It's really sketch. I don't know, man. I'm going Rose though. I think this is easy. I think this is an easy pick. I think in a 5-rounder, she'll show her veteranship. I think the grappling she'll outshine her. The striking, Rose is excellent. Ribas is good. So
yeah, there's a clear difference. Yeah, I like everything you said, so I'm not going to repeat nothing. The only thing I would add is this will be Rose's second fight at the weight class. Her last one against Fiora, your girl, didn't go her way, but she also broke her finger in like the first 2 minutes of that fight, which I feel like heavily dictated the remainder of it, throwing 100%. That hand and just being confident with everything that goes into fighting. And then again, she's going into this weight class. She's bigger. She's not cutting weight as much. I tend to believe that is a massive advantage for Rose. So I'm also going to take Rose this weekend. But I'm a fan of Amanda Ribas. That lady is almost never in a boring fight, and she has great jiu-jitsu. If it ever gets really dark on the feet, and she's dropped a few times, she's dangerous on the ground.
Yeah, very, very dangerous fighter. Very dangerous. Yeah, looks like we're going with Rose here on this card. Is that all? Is that all on the card, man? It's like, is there any other fight on here that you're like, I have to see this? This is going to be a great fight. To be honest with me, I'll be honest. This card's looking a little.
It's a little thin.
It's a little thin. You do have Edmund Shabazian on there. He was a guy that a lot of people forgot about.
You next champion. What were you saying on that pod that day? That a few years ago. What were you saying?
Next champion.
What were you saying? I wish I had the clip. Bro, you was on the.
I was on the hype. I was on the hype train, but champion? just crazy.
He
I
was
would
like,
never.
"Izzy better get scared." You don't remember this?
All right,
You
stop
don't
it.
remember this?
You're bullshitting
He
now,
was
man.
like, "Izzy better watch out. This kid's coming. He's managed by Rhonda."
We're gonna have to stop this.
All right.
We're gonna have to stop this. Yeah, but do I pay any stock into this fight? No. Edmen Shahbazyan is a big favorite. AJ Dobson is 1-2 in the UFC. This is clearly one of those fights where
Yeah.
they're trying to get Edmund back on the high horse, get him some wins, get some confidence back. He's been iffy, man. He's had 3 straight losses after what was it, the Derek Brunson. I don't even know why they fed him Derek Brunson. That to this day, that was a mystery to me. Why they fed him Derek Brunson, and he did awful against him.
Think about if he clipped Brunson early, like
Yeah,
that would have propelled him.
But that was the whole narrative of the fight. Is like Brunson's got a glass chin. Edmen Shahbazyan's this young 24-year-old kid who's on the rise, and he just gets dominated on the ground, like just completely dismantled.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like shout out Brunson. Like I know he didn't have
He took some hard fights.
Yeah, he not only took some hard fights, but he really derailed some hype trains.
He's the gatekeeper for the middleweights, man.
Yeah.
He's always been that.
Holland's another one where I was so excited to see Holland's trajectory, and then he fought Brunson on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a fight here where the UFC's like, all right, Edmund, we like you, we want you here. Here's AJ. You got this fight.
Pal. To be real with you, this minus 175 is a little bit disrespectful to AJ Dobson, right? Because like, if Edmund had some cardio in him, there's no reason he shouldn't be a minus 800.
Yeah, it's real.
But disrespect to Edmund, I should say. Actually, he should be a minus 800. But Vegas is like, man, that cardio, he might lose this, man. Yeah. There's a chance there, man. We'll keep the odds a little bit slim. No value in it, but we don't want people to win too much.
Yeah, I think
that boy gashes in like 5 minutes.
I kind of like
one pump chump.
I kind of like adding like that as a parlay leg might be a fun addition. Also on this card that I'm excited to see, Cameron Simon, who somehow is the underdog. That's definitely something I might throw in a parlay. Maybe him and Edmund to win. But I don't know. Cameron's facing this dude who's undefeated, 5 wins by knockout.
Newer guy too. I think this is his second fight in the UFC. He was in the Dana White Contender Series, but his first. It's like his second fight in.
Officially on the UFC, on the UFC card, which is a big moment. And Cameron Simon, who like trains in an elite gym, clearly they have a world champion in their locker room, and a lot of people are praising Cameron to be the next big thing. So somehow he's the favorite, the underdog in this one. So I might
this Peyton guy seems. I mean, I've seen the last fight. It was a good submission, but it's just like there's not enough tape on him,
right?
To kind of go against Cameron, but damn, that's crazy that he's not the favorite in this. I'm definitely gonna have to throw him in that as well.
A little parlay. These are the cards that, like, if you just like look through them thoroughly enough, you can find some like hidden locks if you really took the time.
Yeah, and then you lose everything.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes. Or go like 33%. Shit happens. All right. Anything else on this card or anybody else on this card that you're excited to see?
That's all. Unless you want to get into Muhammad Usman.
Nah, that's all, man. Justin Tafa's co-maining. Didn't he just fight?
Remember he got his brother. Yeah, fell out.
Damn, they just swap fights.
Let's get into this Muhammad Usman, man, versus Mick Parkin. This is No, we don't have to get into this.
Nah, go ahead, brother. I know you.
We're good. We're good, man. We're good, man. We're good.
Yeah, man. All right. Enough on the UFC. 300s in a few weeks. Cage Titans is next Saturday. I got an interview dropping with a gentleman by the name of, try not to butcher this because I messed it up whenever we hopped on here. And it's a simple name, Mr. Brendan Boats. Brendan Motorboats is his fight nickname. And yeah, that interview will be dropping in a few days, so look out for that. T-shirts are available at hbpshop.com. Follow Josh and I on the socials at the HBP on Insta. And enjoy the fights this weekend.
You too, brother. Appreciate it.